Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, and today we're actually going to be reviewing Call of Duty Warzone. So yeah, if you haven't really seen any of the news recently, Call of Duty has released a Battle Royale game called Call of Duty Warzone, which is completely free to play. It is built from Infinity Ward. It's part of Modern Warfare, kind of, but it is fully its own standalone thing. So it's kind of weird. The marketing was actually kind of weird. So Warzone is more than just a battle royale. There's another game mode as well, Plunder. But yeah, we're going to get into all that. So the first thing I do want to say is it's completely free to play. It's on Xbox, PlayStation, and PC, fully cross-platform. So yeah, it's fitting in with all the other main battle royales. So okay, PUBG's not free, but Fortnite, Apex Legends, Call of Duty Warzone, all free to play. Fortnite's cross-platform, Apex is not yet. So it's pretty good start for them. So yeah, it's a 150 players, so it's actually bigger than most other battle royales. And there's rumors that they want to take it up to 200, but we'll get into that in a minute. And yeah, as I already mentioned, battle royale and plunder, they both are 150 players. Plunder is you can respawn over and over. It's not battle royale. It's slightly different. Both game modes have 3-man squads. Only 3-man squads at the minute. So it's interesting. So yeah, I'm just gonna go over the good, the bad, and a few notes that I've made on the game, and a little bit of future improvement that I think they could bring and really spice things up. So yeah, if you haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe, and yeah, enjoy the gameplay in the background as I go over this. So yeah, Warzone, more in particular Battle Royale for most of these notes. So money and loadouts are cool. So yeah, they've simplified a lot of things in the game compared to a lot of other Battle Royales. And I guess one of the biggest comparisons is Blackout. So money, which is now a key part of the game. You can use it to buy loadout drops. You can use it to buy self-revive kits, extra armor, and some kill streaks. And then obviously the loadout drops is your own custom class from the game, which is super nice. Really get you to become a bit creative with your creative classes and really make something different that you don't really do in multiplayer. The looting is really good in the game. I like it. The auto ammunition pickup's a good thing where you just run over it and pick it up, which is very nice. A little side note though, sometimes personally I feel that the loot's very samey. You're always picking up the same guns, like the SCAR, the MG34, the MP13, the MP7. All seems to be only M guns. There is quite a lot of guns in the game, so please just make more. The loot is very balanced. You're not gonna be dropping places with no loot, so it's quite good. So one of the biggest changes in the battle royale is you passively regen health. So there is stims to obviously bump it up, but unlike PUBG, Fortnite, and things, if you go down to 50% health, it'll regen again like normal Call of Duty, which is, yeah, it's nice. It's good not to worry about it. There is armor and armor plates though, which you will have to stock up on. Fortunately, there's no different. There's not like a small, medium, large, or light and heavy armor or anything like that. It's just your character can have 3 armor plates on them, and all you have to do is worry about picking up plates. So it's really, really nice. So yeah, one of the bigger things in this, and it's been coming a lot more common in battle royales, is the respawning of teammates. So what I want to say first is the first time you die, you get an opportunity to go into the gulag for a 1v1. So imagine I die in my squad and someone from another squad dies. We go into the gulag and get a chance to 1v1 each other. Whoever wins gets back. This is amazing. Super unique, fits in with the gunfight aspect, which is already in Modern Warfare, and yeah, just good times all around. If you're a decent player, you'll get out of it fine, you'll spawn back in and help your team again. So it's nice. It means that hot dropping is a little bit less risky. I think it's better for casual players. What happens if you die after that? If you've already been in the gulag, you die, you can still be revived, and in fact I believe 90% sure that you can be revived multiple times, but that's all I want to talk about. Yeah, so if you're dead and your team wants to get you back, you can go to a buy station. So these buy stations, like I mentioned previous, is where you buy your loadouts, things like that. And there on the right hand side, you can pick a teammate. Clicking it, they spawn back in. Simple as that. I think this could be OP if you have loads of money and if one teammate keeps dying. But at the same time, it kind of, I imagine, goes against campers and stuff like that. So it's quite good. Another thing is, and I wrote this down, simple is good. So they've taken away a lot of the extra, we'll just say bullshit from the game. So you don't need to worry about healing up and things like that. The inventory system is like 5 slots. It's just like money and different types of ammo. You can't drop guns or anything unless you pick up another gun. And it's just so streamlined, and it's a lot better for fast pace, which is really good. Yeah, on another note actually of that, I think this Battle Royale in particular is a lot better for casual players. So, yeah. Share progression. So, I don't know what everyone thinks of this, but I'm a big fan of the share progression. So, essentially, by using guns, by playing the game, you get a bit more XP towards everything. So, what is that? What do you mean by that? If you're playing Warzone without actually having played Modern Warfare, it actually might take a while to level up. I'm not entirely sure. But I was getting like 15k XP or something for like an average game, and that's with double XP on, so you can assume 7.5k, which is fine for each game. Then obviously you level up your weapons, so that's one of the things that might be considered OP, is because I already own the game, maybe even class as pay to win, and I've been playing it since it came out, and I've leveled up pretty much every gun in the game. Because I can make a loadout in Warzone for that gun and class and already have it where the free-to-play players can't, could be seen as pay to win, but they can earn it if there's a gun they like particular. Kill streaks. So this is actually a bit controversial. Kill streaks, from when I've used them, super useful. You get UAV, precision airstrike, cluster strike. I think that's it. And yeah, super fun. One of the worries is, in the case where I've used them, it hasn't been like this, but if you're in like the last circle and we'll just use a precision airstrike for an example, you aim a precision airstrike, thing comes in, shoot, downs people, fine. In the final circle, it's quite small. This could be very OP. Imagine if multiple people have it, it could just absolutely ruin the final circle, and yeah, whoever has the most could win. I think what they might want to consider doing is stopping kill streaks at a certain point. At least the attacking ones, maybe UAVs are fine. But the kill streaks kind of leading up to them final bits to encourage them to be used more and earlier, I think is really good. Super nice. Call of Duty, perfect. The map, oh my god. Warzone, I think, has the best Battle Royale map. I'm just saying it. I think it has one of the best maps. It's ridiculously dense, so I don't know how it scales compared to PUBG's original map, the bigger one. I think the map itself is slightly smaller, but the density, there's a whole city and you can almost go into every floor and every building, and it's just insane. I really like the map. It kind of relates to a point I want to bring up later about more people, but yeah, we'll get back to that. Personally, on my PC, it runs perfect. From what I've seen, it runs perfect on consoles as well. So somehow they've done really well, and it just runs really good. So sick. And yeah, to kind of go back to the point made before about suiting casuals and a lot less takes the boredom out of it. There's these things in game called contracts. So I think this is actually to help level up weapons and stuff too, because you do get a bit of weapon XP even though you're not necessarily killing anything. So contracts, I think the idea behind contracts is to do extra tasks during your Battle Royale game, whether it be to go capture certain points, get a bounty on someone. There's loads of them. And yeah, it's super cool, super fun. Will was telling me that Shroud tried to do as many as he could in the game and see if there's any extra reward, which there didn't seem to be. He'd done 12. But the fact that you could do that inside a Battle Royale is a really nice and creative thing that they've done, so props to them. So another thing that kind of takes away from the contracts is the fact that those loadout drops, which I mentioned before, they're relatively cheap and not too hard to get if they were a bit more expensive, which I want to mention after, is it would encourage people to do contracts more. It's pretty much, if a loadout drop was really hard to get, you need loads and loads of money, other than looting loads, they could do contracts. So yeah, that's something that they should look at, but it is super good. So yeah, I have a few things to note down here for bad. The first thing is could be pay to win, which I kind of said about before. The free-to-play players don't get to level up the guns, or don't have the advantage of the guns already being leveled up. I don't really know. It's not. I don't want to say it's pay to win, because yes, obviously a player who likes Warzone could go, I want to buy the game so I can go play Shipment 24/7 to level up my gun. Yes, that's pay to win, but there's nothing locked behind buying the game. So yeah, it's kind of like a meh. One of the things which I do think they've changed, but this was really bad on day one. You had to wait in the lobby until it had 150 people. So if it had 149 people and no solo queued for a game, you wouldn't ever load into like the pre-lobby. Recently I have kind of fixed that, but day one it was very much waited lobby, went to 149 or like 145 or 6 or something like that. Waited there, 5 minutes went past, someone joined, went up to 150, loaded us into the map where it does like a pre-lobby where you can run around, shoot people without actually playing. Went below 150 again because people left between that, and it waited 5 minutes went past, someone joined, went up to 150 and finally started. They have kind of fixed that now where it will just load in and do stuff right, but yeah, that was super annoying. I kind of added another note saying matchmaking can be slow. So far seems to be fine again. So this one, so as I was mentioning, the 1v1 in the Gulag, which is amazing. You can have an advantage if you, so let's just say me, 2 teammates, 3 of us all die at once. We pretty much have an advantage in the Gulag. The way the Gulag is, it's the 1v1 arena, but everyone can watch and see in everyone else who's dead. Not sure why my webcam light just turned on. That was odd. But yeah, so the fact that you can see in, your teammate can give you like direction of what way the enemy went. So I think that's something that they could look at. I'm not too sure. All vehicles on the map. Yeah, so all vehicles are shown on the map. So this is another thing. So regardless of a vehicle's used or not, you can see it on the map. Pretty much whenever you spawn in, it shows you everything. Contracts, literally everything, it shows you on the map except for people. If you get into a vehicle, it turns red. Everyone can see that. So Will was saying that they're quite quiet and it's a good idea. To be honest, I'm not sure. I don't really like it. I don't know whether it's better to not show vehicles or to maybe not turn it red. Or even if it didn't turn red, you would still see it moving. I don't know, but yeah, that's something I think they need to look at. So that's pretty much everything for the bad side. There wasn't too much. I do have a few additional notes that I kind of wrote down so I wouldn't forget anything. So yeah, personally I think it plays quite similar to Blackout. Obviously, if you've played Black Ops 4 and Modern Warfare, you know yourself the differences in how the game feels. But it still has that traditional COD feeling, which is nice. Whereas in Blackout, it was kind of a bit more, what's the way of putting it, like wacky. It wasn't full realism. Every gun was laser pointer. And it was just its own thing, which was really good. Blackout's fantastic. This is very much more realism and stuff. So yeah, I think it played somewhere. Loadout drop price increase. So yeah, this actually I seen on Twitter as well. That NoJ45, Nade Shot, and the Doc maybe all said the same thing. So, and I actually hinted towards before, because loadout drops only 4,500. That's really easy to get. Really easy. Even within 30 seconds of dropping, you and your team could have the money for that. So people were saying like 10 to 15k to bring it up to, which means that the contracts there should be used a bit more. The looting is a lot more prominent, and it's a lot harder to get the loadout drops, because I haven't seen this too much, but I've seen it on Twitter, so I'm going off what other people said here. I'm pretty sure I've seen it once in a game, but drop in, get your loadout drops away. People then grab a helicopter and fly to the top, highest building they can and snipe. And they just sit in that building for as long as possible till the circle gets tiny, and then they just fly the helicopter over into the circle and win the game. I'm not sure, but yeah. So I do agree. I think a price should be increased. Even if they go up to 10k, that might be an okay point to test it and see what it's like. I don't know, but it is something I do feel like they need to look at. Another thing is solos and duos. So a lot of the guys who got to play it early, I think, said that there was solo and duos whenever they got to play it. Currently, it is 3-man squads, trios. You can play with 2 people and select don't fill, which is good. So you can actually play as a solo or as a duo, but you'll be in a lobby full of 3. So it's 50 3-man teams. So that's the only way of playing it, which is fine at the minute. But I do feel like they're gonna want to change solo, duos, and trios. And if it's as popular as it currently is, like they said, I think they could benefit by doing some of these changes really soon and keeping people in. So yeah, I think that would be pretty good. And yeah, one of the last kind of notes that I want to mention is there was this rumor of them wanting to take it up to 200. Firstly, the map can 110% handle it. It's super dense. The way they've built it, you can tell that they want to keep it very fast paced. They want to make you go in, grab loot, get out and be shooting people, which is sweet. So I think they should do 200. 100% they should. This would even allow for 4-man squads to happen. So there could be 54-man squads, which would be sick. And then obviously more trios again. But yeah, I think do it. The map is ridiculous. So there's a thing where if 3 people call in a UAV at the same time, that it's an advanced UAV for like 15 seconds. But whenever you do that and see all the people on the map, you can see that there's loads of people really close to each other, but because the city and things have so many floors, so many buildings, you just might not ever see each other in there unless you are looking or listening. But and one thing I want to quickly mention that I just seen at the bottom of my notes, and it was like just an explanation of what plunder is. If you've ever played the Division 2 and played in the Dark Zone, that's pretty much what plunder is. Just get as much money as you can and ship it out, and the person at the end with the most money wins. And if you die while you're carrying your money, you lose it. But yeah, guys, I'm really enjoying Warzone. Hopefully you are too. So yeah, if you are, let me know in the comments below. And yeah, as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.